Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, you guys know the drill. If you guys could please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a comment down below, I don't care what it is. Super helps the channel out. It's Tuesday morning. It's bright and early. We're back in the shop. Today in the shop, on the body side, I do have my 2007 Honda CR-V. Now, about a week ago, I did purchase some new headlights. Now, I got some OEM style headlights that are black housing. They look identical, except for they're not chrome. So there's nothing really majorly wrong with these headlights, except for they are starting to deteriorate a little bit. I could do a lens restore process on them, but honestly, I don't really care much for the chrome. I like a little bit of chrome as far as the grille, but the headlights are just a little too much, especially these big, large style headlights. So to match the tinted taillights that we did a while back, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these headlights. Now we did get them. The front bumper, I do have a new front bumper on the way. I purchased a vehicle like this. It's just missing the lower half, but it does have some chips and scratches along the front. It already doesn't really match, kind of needs to be repaired. So we went ahead and ordered a new front bumper, new lower section, fog lights to match, some LEDs. It comes with these little edge pieces right here. We'll still need to order the left and right and center underbody splash shield and fender liners, but for now, we are just going to replace the headlight. So we're gonna go ahead and take this front bumper cover off, what's left of it at least, and we're gonna go ahead and remove these headlights and install our new headlights. Now, we did receive our new headlights yesterday. So the first thing that I did is actually seal them up. Now, not very many headlight companies will tell you, but you do need to seal these lights up a lot of times. If you just put them in fresh out of the box, a lot of times they'll get condensation and moisture in them because they're just not sealed that good from these companies. So first thing I like to do is take some clear silicone and just put a nice little bead around the seam. And I went ahead and did that yesterday ahead of time so it could cure overnight. And you can see these headlights look beautiful. They're still OE style, but they're just black housing. Now, we did do these on Carmen's Accord and about a couple years ago, and they are holding up great. They look awesome. They look great with the tinted taillights. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the theme going and go ahead and do this to the CR-V as well. Now here I have some LEDs for the headlights and I have some LEDs for the fog lights. Now we're going to open up these H4 LEDs. Now I've never gone with this exact style. I always stick with this brand, Iron Walls. I've never had one single issue with this brand, not one time. I've had them last for years on several vehicles. I had them in my Del Sol, I had them in my coupe, I had them in my old Volvo SUV for almost about 3 years, and I never had a single problem with them, and they are still kicking. So I went ahead and purchased them again. Now, the one thing I did do a little bit different this time around is in Carmen's Accord, the headlights, the older design just really doesn't project the LED as bright as I'd want it. Now, it's okay, but visibility was just not quite as good. I'm thinking about going back to a stock OEM halogen bulb. But so this time around, I went with, let's pull these out. Instead of a 4-sided LED, I went with a 6-sided LED. Now this is an H4 bulb, so this is high beam and low beam in one bulb. So it is 6-sided. It's looking beautiful. So this will be the first time trying these 6-sided LED out. We're gonna go ahead and put those inside the headlight housing. Now, one thing different from Carmen's Accord is we are gonna be running fog lights. So we're going to basically have additional auxiliary lights, which should help for visibility as well at night. We are going to use this CR-V for road tripping, and we will be on highways out in the middle of nowhere at night, and we do want to get the maximum visibility out of our headlights. They still have the little cooling fans on them, but it's just kind of like one little bulb at the end. So these are going to go inside the fog lights once we get them. We don't have them yet. I figured I'd get a head start. It's not much to take a bumper off. We're gonna go ahead and get these uninstalled. Now, I usually just give you guys updates, but today I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of filming in the morning, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of like a check-in in the middle of the day, and then kind of an update at the end of the day to show you guys a little more of the process in one video versus daily videos. I've tried vlogging and doing videos while physically working on the job, and it's just very difficult to do and makes the jobs just take so much longer. Filming and editing takes hours, all to produce a 10-15 minute long video, all for 30-40 people to watch maybe. And anyways, I do appreciate everybody that is watching, but right now I'm still just trying to build the consistency of the channel, but I am going to try to improve my video quality over some time here. And today I think I'm going to give this a shot. As far as I'll probably give you guys an update once I remove these headlights, and we'll go from there. So also inside the spray booth, we have a 2020 Hyundai Palisade. Now this vehicle came in for a scratch repair on the front bumper. The front bumper is very large on this vehicle, so we're actually gonna be doing this right-hand corner. There was a large gouge right here, nothing crazy, but we're gonna go ahead and get some high build primer sprayed on this area. Now, when they got this vehicle, they also did kind of a chrome delete. It wasn't quite chrome, but it was kind of like a brushed aluminum grille surround. They went ahead and had it painted along with the front emblem. Well, it didn't hold up very good because you just really can't paint chrome or this brushed aluminum stuff. Now, obviously you can paint it and it looked great, but there were several chips. So we're not gonna be doing this piece just because of the difficulty of it. And but there are a couple chips. I'll probably go ahead and just touch up these couple chips that are on the center part, but we're gonna go ahead and refinish this. So I've already prepped this, we've filled all the chips, we've kind of sanded it out. We're gonna apply a couple coats of high build primer, and then tomorrow we'll go ahead and re-prep it, mask it, and get it ready for paint, as well as this outer bumper. Now we also popped the front emblem off carefully, and we're gonna go ahead and refinish that because there was quite a bit of pits on it. Now it was chrome, and it was just pretty much coming off. So I normally don't paint chrome, but just trying to help these guys out with their vehicle, make it look a little bit better. But I kind of told them that it probably won't hold up, although my clear coat's pretty hard stuff, so hoping it'll hold up at least better than their stuff, especially once I get some high build primer on here and repaint it and with the harder clear. I am hoping that it is a little stronger than what they had on here previously. Looks like they had some really thin clear coat on here, which is what a lot of shops use to get the orange peel to be less. My clear coat is fairly thick, which is why I like to do a little bit of color sanding after I'm done. But in the end, it hardens up and it's just a little bit stronger than a lot of shops. So anyways, there you go. So we're just gonna get some high build primer on this shortly, and we'll go ahead and start in on removing those headlights on my CRV. Now, yesterday, first thing before the Hyundai got dropped off, I went ahead and painted Earl's Ford Mustang front bumper. Now, this is for his 2JZ twin turbo swapped Ford Mustang. So this was the new bumper cover that he had on his Mustang, and he just wasn't painted. The rest of his car is painted. So this will actually take care of a little bit of an eyesore that was on his car for a while. So I did have to fill some scratches and some chips and a couple gouges, but for the most part, this thing was in new condition and it was a quick, easy prep. We got a couple little nibs. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of color sanding and just polish it up, but I'm not gonna get too crazy, especially since it's not mounted on the vehicle yet, but we are gonna get at least that one nib, and there might be one other that I might wanna get. And it is a race car, so not too worried about it, but I'm sure that will be one of the glossiest parts on his car, so he'll be happy to get that this week. On the auto repair side, nothing much for an update, but I did have a spare hour on Friday, and I went ahead and jumped over here onto the Jetta, and we went ahead and pulled the starter. We're getting ready to drop this transmission out. I did go ahead and pull the battery tray and the battery and stuff like that and get it out of the way. So we just got to unhook the shift linkage. We got to get the axles out of the way, and this transmission should almost be ready to come out. Now we do have to support the engine before we drop the transmission because there's not much holding these little Volkswagen engines in place, but we are excited to get this thing out and go ahead and get the clutch replaced. We'll go ahead and throw a new rear main seal in there while we're at it. And anyways, that's pretty much the update. So I'm getting ready to jump in on the priming in the spray booth. While I'm priming that, I'm gonna jump over to the CRV, start unbolting those headlights, get the front bumper off, what's left of it, and we'll go ahead and start getting this ready. I'll check in with you guys here shortly. All right, guys, just checking in. I'm gonna jump inside the spray booth real quick, show you guys what I got going on here. So this is the 2020 Hyundai Palisade. Went ahead and threw some masking paper around my perimeter that I taped off, and we went ahead and applied some high build primer to the scrape that was repaired there. And we went ahead and put a couple coats of some high build primer on the grill surround. So that's about it for it. We're gonna go ahead and let that cure. We probably won't be able to get to prepping it tomorrow, but tomorrow we plan on prepping it, masking it, and refinishing it so we can get it delivered by Thursday, maybe Friday at the worst. But right now I have my 2007 Honda CRV all torn apart. The bumper was already kind of half missing when I got it. So the bumper was pretty easy to come off. It actually was busted in a couple spots as well, so it pretty much almost fell off. But you can see I have the bumper off. The grill is supposed to be attached, but it wasn't, so we're gonna go ahead and reattach the grill. But we do have a new bumper coming probably this week. We'll go ahead and get it painted, so this will be coming off again, but for now we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this upper section for cosmetic reasons. But first things I had to do to get this all apart is remove this radiator cover. That was just a series of some plastic retainers, and then I went ahead and removed the bumper and the grill as well. Kind of came off as one, and then that's what revealed the headlights. Now the headlights were held in by basically about 2 bolts, so we had a screw right here that was underneath this plastic cover that kind of clips onto the fender, so that pops up out of the way with one tree retainer, goes right there, and there was one screw, used a 10mm socket to get it out. There was also one 10mm bolt that was down here, and there was also this plastic bumper retaining bracket that was connected to the headlight, that was attached to the headlight with a 10mm bolt and a couple clips. But pretty simple, unplugged everything, came right out, so it looks much worse than it is. Nothing too crazy, but of course without the bumper, the grill, and the headlights, this car looks like it was just in a collision or something, but it wasn't. So I'm gonna jump over here to the headlights, and I went ahead and inserted the 6-sided LEDs. I don't know if you guys can see that in there, but the LED is in there and secure. And here's an example of the back side. I went ahead and installed them, and I actually had to cut a portion of the rubber boot out of the way to make room for the cooling fan. And then I put just one little slit just to feed the harness through. So nothing crazy, but it kind of still seals up for the most part to keep most dust, dirt, and debris out of there while still letting the fan breathe. So there you have it. I'm getting ready to go ahead and install these headlights. So the first thing I'm gonna do is actually mount the bumper retaining bracket back to the bottom of the headlight. So I'm gonna use that nut clip right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and insert the bulbs for the parking light and the blinker. We're gonna plug everything in. We're gonna go ahead and mount these babies up. All right, guys, another update. I got the right-hand passenger side headlight in. Now, it's pretty simple. One bolt just went into that clip nut that I showed you guys on the bottom side of the headlight to make this retaining bracket go into place. Now, there is a dowel as well, so when this plastic bracket goes onto the bottom of the headlight, keep an eye out for the little plastic dowel for alignment. Now, it also, on this side, you can see 1 and 2, there's 2 little small dowels as well on the outer one. That makes sure that that aligns as well to the bottom of the headlight. And then when you set the headlight in place, go ahead and carefully just set it in place and slide it back. One mounting screw goes there. There's one right there. There's one back there. There's one here by the dowels. And then there's a tree retaining clip as well right there. So it is in place, secure. I plugged the headlight harness in ahead of time. So you can see it's just kind of sitting back here right now. I might put a zip tie to kind of just secure it so it's not loose. The clip for the harness went back to a clip there. That clipped in and that clipped in just like factory. So there you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. All right guys, that's a wrap. We have her done. Check her out. Got the headlights installed, grill and bumper back together, back on. Of course it's temporary because we have a new bumper coming. We're gonna refinish it and replace it, but I'm absolutely loving the look of these lights. Now they are OEM style. There's nothing different except for instead of chrome housing, they are black on the inside. So I love it. I think it looks much cleaner even with the chrome grille still. I'm not exactly going for a blacked out look, but just minimizing a little less chrome. I do love the window surround chrome, but I do have the night shaded tail lights. I love the emblems chrome. Of course, the rear garnish is chrome, but we're gonna get these front windows tinted. So just a little less chrome on the front, looks much cleaner. So the last thing I pretty much have to do is probably do a headlight alignment. If you look straight down right here, there is a little slot, and if you put a number 2 screwdriver Phillips down there, you can actually turn it left and right, and that will do your headlight adjustment. So looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the hood. We're gonna turn these babies on, see how they look. Much better in my opinion. I think it's the right amount of black and chrome. I'll go ahead and open up the door and turn our low beams on. Oh yeah, nice and bright. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they are plenty bright. They look really nice. They look really modern. Lenses look super crystal clear. Perfect, super pumped. Now I'm assuming that some of those LEDs aren't lit up. So here is the high beam. Wow. They get even brighter. So let's go check that out. Oh yeah. Super bright. So there it is. Super happy with these. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them off. We have a front bumper coming in hopefully this week. We'll go ahead and get it prepped, get it painted as soon as possible, and we'll go ahead and be swapping out the upper section. We also are gonna have a new lower section as well as brand new fog lights, and we're gonna go ahead and insert some LEDs in there as well. We have new trim pieces for here, and the last thing we'll have to get is some left and right front wheel liners and underbody splash shield. And we'll go ahead and tint these front windows. Probably a set of WeatherTech floor mats, and I think we'll be pretty much golden. It's almost time to do an oil change, and we'll probably go ahead and service the transmission one more time, because when I got it, whoever had put transmission fluid in it before had something else in it besides the Honda ATF that I just didn't like. So we're gonna go ahead and flush it out again one more time with the Honda ATF. And there you go. So just gonna do a quick nib color sand out on this. Couple little spots here, do a little polishing. Earl's gonna come pick this bumper up probably this afternoon, and then I'm gonna go ahead and back the right-hand drive turbo Civic Coupe up, and we're gonna go ahead and get on the 97 Jetta for the Fast and Furious tribute, and we're gonna go ahead and try to get this transmission the rest of the way out. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said earlier, I am gonna try to start doing a little bit of the before, during, and after process of the videos instead of just daily updates. So still not quite 100% hands-on, but it's very difficult to do hands-on videos, and it takes a lot more time and can really prolong the process and the job, and especially in this shop while I'm trying to conduct a business. Very difficult and stressful to do videos. So I'm doing the best I can, so I appreciate everybody that's watching. So if everybody could please click that like button, I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys could leave a comment below, even better. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next one. Rah.
Ooh, like LeBron though, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.